Hello everyone. Lecture number 1 from CCNA 200-301 course. Topic to be covered in this class. What is network? What's network components? How to build your first network? How the network do their jobs? And also we have a simple diagram of a network. This computer is connected via Ethernet cable to the switch. Switch is connected to the cable TV. And also here we have a wireless device. A wireless device is connecting some media to the DSL or digital subscriber lines. All of them are connected to the internet. So it is called a network. Some user might not even have a concept of network at all. Instead, these users just enjoy the function of the network, the ability to post messages to social media sites, make phone calls, search for information on the internet, listen to music, and download countless apps to their phones without caring about how they work and how their favorite devices connect to the networks. People don't know about the networks and also don't know how these different devices connected to a central points and provide information for the end user, and also this is called network. Now let's jump to the next slides, and I will show you with the help of a diagram in order to have a full information about the networks. What is network? The question is, what's network? Interconnection of more than two digital devices via some media in order to share data on a network domain. It's called network, or sharing of data among nodes nowadays recognized as a network as well. So what's node? We will have a discuss about nodes. In simple, moving data from one device to another device named network. So look at this example. There we have one switch and 4 clients. So these 4 clients are communicate with each other. In simple, this is called a network, a local area network. But all these 4 clients are connect to each other and pass data from one nodes to other nodes by the help of a hardware device called a switch. So switch provide communication between these two computers. Switch provide communication between server, this client, and this client, and this client. So these 4 clients are able to pass data from one side to other side by the help of a switch. Switch is an intermediate device, and we will have information about switch. So in simple, it's called network. Now let's jump to the next slides. What is network component? Router, switch, firewall, server, and clients. Computer networks components are the major parts of which are needed to install the software. Same importance network components are an IC, switch, cable, hub, routers, and modem. For example, the wireless network does not require a cable. So we have a wired device and also we have a wireless components. These different devices are get collect in order to provide a communication for the end users. So the end user can access information from the server by the help of these nice devices. So this is an access point, iron node access point, a switch, AC firewall, routers, front view of router and back view of router, desktop computers, and Dell PowerEdge server. These all devices are called network components. What is client? What does mean exactly clients? In easy word, we say those devices are used in order to access information from the server. That's called clients. Client can be computer, tablet, desktop, or even a smartphone. The client run programs and access data that are stored on the server called clients. A smartphone, desktop computers, iPad, tablet, laptop. These devices are used in order to access information from the server, or these devices are used to request information from the server, and the server provide information to those end nodes. So these are called clients. How we connect these clients into networks, and how the engineers make a network use these such a kinds of nice devices in order to access information. So what's client? Those hardware devices are used for accessing the data from the servers. These are called clients. The client and program and access data that are stored in the server called clients. Digital device requests information from the servers named clients. In easy word, we say those hardware or digital devices used in order to access information from the server is called clients. Now look at this diagram. We have two clients and they are connected with each other via cables. These two can pass data from one to other, and they can share the data. Such a type of network is called peer-to-peer network. But nowadays people are not using such a types of topology. We have a separate video about the topology and types of network like LAN, MAN, SWAN, and peer-to-peer network. But it's a small diagram about how to illustrate a client. So this is also client, a laptop is also client. These two are connected via some media, it's our cable, and they provide data sharing between each others. What is server? Server is a hardware or a software device that accepts and responds to requests made over a network. The term server commonly refers to the computer system which receives requests for a web document and send requested information to the clients. Server sometimes called brain of the network. So all the clients need to access information via a server. So server job or server responsibility is to provide information for the requested devices or end host or end node or a client. Now look at this. This computer, the client want to access the server, and the server provide information to the client. They request for some information, and the server provide information to the requested device is called client. So this computer requested about the web page, and the server provide information to the client. So now here we have information. YouTube is accessible. It means the client can access information from the server, and server provide the information to the requested computers or end node or workstations or client. What's switch? Switch is a hardware device or a networking device that are used between a LAN. Or via a switch or a hardware we can make a network. Switch is a hardware device and have a more than ports. Or in a simple, we say switch is a multi-port bridge in order to provide communication between the end node, and the switch use MAC address to forward data at the data link layer of the OSI model. So now we have a diagram of a network here, and also we point on a switch. So this device is called switch. These four clients are connected via this beautiful hardware is called switch, and the server responsibility is to provide information for these four clients. These four clients, if need information, they will pass or they will request an information from the server, and the server provide to them. So the switch act as a bridge between these 5 computers. In a simple, this called a LAN. As I told you, we will have a separate video about types of network. So a network switch is a networking hardware that connect device on a computer network by using packet switching to receive and forward data to the destination device. A network switch is a multi-bridge that use MAC address to forward data at the data link layer of the OSI model. So this device is called a switch. Switch acts as an intermediary device, or in an easy word we say switches act as a bridge. They cross data from side A to side B and from side B to side A. So what's router? Router is also a hardware device with a less port. Router used between two different networks, and we use router in an edge or in a gateway. Via a router, we pass data packet from side A to side B. So in this example, I illustrate a network between Canada and USA. So how the Canada user requests information from the USA, or how USA pass data from USA to the Canada by the help of internet and router. Look at this diagram. A router is a device that forwards data packet along network. A router is connected to the least two network, commonly two LANs or one, or a LAN and its ISP's network. Router are located at the gateway, the place where two or more networks are connected. A router is a hardware device designed to receive, analyze, and move income packet to another network. Router is used to move data from one network to another network. In easy or simple, you can say router is used to move data from one network to another network. And we use router in an edge or in a gateway. So here we have a network. It's called one network, and here we have another networks. Maybe this side is named USA, maybe, and this side is named USA, and this side is named Canada. So the Canada users can communicate with the USA users, and USA can communicate with the Canada by the help of these beautiful devices called router. Look at, we have in both sides installed a router. So how these pass information? When this computer communicate with the LAN, so no need to pass data over the router. The router by default discard the broadcast, so these computers can communicate between each other in the same LAN domain or in the same segment networks. But when one of this computer want to pass data to the other sites, they will cross from the router then to the internet and reach to the destinations network. So this device is called a router. I hope you have gained enough information about the router. Now let's jump to the next slide. What is firewall? Firewall is also a hardware and software designed to prevent unauthorized access from the private network. Our firewall is designed to not allow unauthorized access to gain access inside the internet, inside the network, in the private network. Firewall are configured based on rules. So network engineers or network administrator responsibility is to configure a firewall in order to permit or deny traffic over the internet, over the networks. A firewall is a system designed to prevent unauthorized access to or from a private network. Firewall prevent unauthorized internet users from accessing private network connected to the internet, especially intranets. Firewall can be installed and configured inside the network or outside the network. Firewall types. We have two types of firewall. We have two types, hardware and software. And also we can install a firewall inside the network and also outside the network. So let's explain with the help of example. If we have a network computers or a network here and also a networks here, we have an internet here. So these are connect to a router, and also here we have a router. We can install a firewall. So it's connected to here, and this network is connected to here. This area is an internet. We can install a firewall. Here, and also we can install a firewall here. So in site A, the firewall is connected inside the network, and in site B, the firewall is connected outside the network. So these are the connections between these two networks. As I told you, we can install and configure a firewall as a software or as a hardware inside the network and outside the network. You can implement both of them, hardware and software, in the same network. So now let's see the example. Implementation of firewall inside the network and outside the networks. Focus on this example. We have a complete example of how the firewall operates and how it performs the actions. So now this site can access or communicate with the site A, and site B can communicate with the site B. Here we have an attacker. Attacker tried to get into the private network, but the firewall function is not allowed him. These firewall pre-configured with the rules, different rules. So which traffic should allow to go to the Canada sites, or which traffic should go from Canada side to the USA side? Which traffic will not be allowed to get in? So in this case, the attackers try to reach in a Canada side and also try to reach to the USA side. But the firewall not allow the packet or the traffic which are coming from the attackers or bad guys. They will drop in the place where we install the hardware. This hardware, which is named a firewall, we installed inside the network, and this one is installed outside the network. This firewall is installed outside the network, and this firewall is installed inside the network. So these are the function and the usage of a firewall. And the beauty of firewall is used to prevent unauthorized access to get in the network. So let's go to the next slides. Hardware firewall. So this is the hardware view of the firewall. A firepower is also a next generation firewall. ASA, Cisco ASA, Adaptive Security Appearance 5505. It's a model, and also this Firepower 4100 series front view. These are the complete information about. Fixed, so the modular are fixed. SSD and also net mode slots. These are the slots: a power, console cable, management, locator, USB, SSD, system leads. So these are the information about the Firepower 4100 series front view. These firewall are called a next generation firewall. So all of these are designed in order to prevent the unauthorized access and not allow them to get in. Now let's go to the next slides and see what is the software firewall. So software firewall is a built-in firewall. It's designed in a Windows machine. So Microsoft designed. The operation and the job of firewall are both the same. Here also we have two rules: inbound rule and outbound rules. So the networks or the users can configure based on some rules in order to allow or deny traffic, permit or deny traffic, import policy, export policy, restore to default, diagnose and repair, view, refresh. So these are the roles, a pre-configured rule. Domain, private networks, and public profile has active. So this is called a software firewall. You can use both, either software or hardware in your networks. But such a software firewall it's a built-in with your Windows machine, so you can configure it. Go to the firewall settings from the control panel, or go to the run, type firewall.cpl, hit enter. You will have this page and you can configure it. I hope this video is informative for you. Thanks for watching. If you want to reach me, feel free, ask, and I will answer to your questions. Thanks for watching.